morning, guys. The Guyanese Critic is coming to you from the South Rumveld area with special report this morning. A new program that we are rolling out to ensure that we have people get their voices heard. It's very important. It seems in the fight or the need for development in Guyana is seeing certain things being overlooked, and you get the impression that the Guyanese public is not going to get, it's going to get the short end of the stick. You get the impression. So special report has been, I have designed a special report as a program that will be dealing with people's issues. The serious aspect will be dealing with people who are doing business in Guyana or want to do business in Guyana, and how they do that, and how Guyanese are affected by what they're doing in this country. Behind me here is equipment that has been set up some kind of a concrete plant. And let me give you an idea of what's going on. Foreign investor, foreign company has come to Guyana, as many other companies are doing presently, to assist. We have to be honest, we do not have the expertise. We need these foreign companies. So they are here to capitalize on the fact that we do not have the expertise. Foreign companies and foreigners have the understanding of what is needed for the oil industry. So we need them and they need us. We've got the oil. ExxonMobil is pumping the oil out. In pumping oil out, there's need for a number of companies in relation to safety, supply of equipment, hundreds of companies as it relates to the oil sector. So you'll have new companies continuing to come with the intention to capitalize on what is being seen as a form of open season, because there's lots of money to be made, and for the most part Guyanese don't have the expertise. So a foreign company came to Guyana, and in association with one of our local companies, nobody's been paying attention to that, but in another report I'll be explaining that this foreign company, facilitated by a local company, come in, and if you look at this place, you'd realize there's no structures going to be going here. So there's no foundation in place for a building, and it is assumed that this is some sort of a mixing plant. If you look at this, if you look at the operation, things are put in from the top and they're mixed, and they will be going to the top there, and they will be loaded in trucks. There's a loading area. If you look at the operation and have an understanding, that is a loading area, and this area, a number of different substances, maybe sand and different things, are mixed and placed in this piece of equipment here, and then it's mixed because you got 4 catchment bins. You got 4 catchment bins, and they go in onto a conveyor that's going to lead up to the green one up there. There's some form of mixing going on that's going into some form of truck or something is collecting it there. So the operation is set up, and it's clear these people have an interest in doing concrete business in Guyana as it relates to the oil and gas industry. Funny enough, I called the principal, the man who was very disrespectful yesterday to the Minister of Housing and Water. I called him and I said, sir, I received complaints from individuals in the community as it relates to their dissatisfaction with what you're going and doing in the community. Have you thought about, have you considered the people in the community, how they will be affected? Has an impact assessment been done, and these kind of things? The gentleman basically told me he didn't wish to talk to me at this time, and I found it very rude. He tried to put it over politely, but he said he doesn't want to have any discussion unless he runs it by his lawyer. I expressed to him who I was, what my interests were. You understand? I didn't come up, I didn't call him just like that. As a result of many residents from the South Rumbelt area calling me and expressing their dissatisfaction with a cement or a concrete plant going down in this area, I called him. And I considered his actions very rude. Yesterday, the Minister of Housing was here, and I hear you. You getting rude talk on, let me hear, come, let me live. Tell me what I tell you. Who call you? Make they see them call you, who call you? So the security here, these people, I don't know, well nobody's here today, but yesterday this was a thriving operation. You understand? The government of Guyana has to take these things seriously. The people of Guyana, the main fact that I'm here, is taking these things seriously. You understand? This man should be packing up here right now. These things are supposed to be going in containers, and he's supposed to be heading out. As much as, you know, I talked to a lot of expats. A lot of people are coming back here to invest in this country. And the president and the government has expressed their need and the importance of investment in this country. But what happens? We as Guyanese realize and understand, and we're seeing what is happening in Ghana, what is happening in African countries, what happens across the world as it relates to oil development. And it is worrying if that is going to be coming here, because who is ExxonMobil going to use to do their business? That's the big question. Who will ExxonMobil use to do their business? That's a big question. That's a question that needs answering, right? So, my worry, are you bringing people to this country? Because from the attitude of the investor yesterday towards the minister, you realize they're very contemptuous. I don't know if when they come to invest in Guyana, they feel they would have bought a piece of land and they would have bought some rights to the country and the people, but it's not so. Whoever told them that, it is not so. It is worrying as to what the individual yesterday who acted in a manner that is contemptuous to the minister. It is worrying what empowered that person. What gave him that kind of power? I was reliably informed that he was given 7 days to leave the country. My worry here now, and the concerns of the citizens around this area, is what is going on with this plant from here. Again, I have done a bit of digging, and the investigation shows that a local company is in part with a foreign company, and it seems that the intention is to trample on the rights of Guyanese people. Now let me give you a look at what's behind your camera. So this is the plant, and there's no foundation here for a building. So it's not to say they're building something and then a building is going to go wrong that. There's no foundation for a building. But if you turn around, just there's a church. This is South Rumbelt, Caneview Avenue. Well, there's the air side, there's the breeze side. And if you turn around, there's a new scheme just back that way. Right, just over there, look, right over there is a house, and the breeze is blowing that way. So imagine you there in your house, and they start mixing the concrete here. Cement going in the top there, breeze blowing, you understand, mass confusion here. And you there in your house, cement going straight in your house. Has anybody thought about how people will be affected by that? The residents of the South Rumbelt Garden area are also complaining. You see where the antenna is channel 2. And just outside of channel 2, the road is being damaged. Now, everybody, I'm going to show you just now the roads in the South Rumbelt Garden area, the main road to come in at the back here. Now, this construction site is aware. This concrete company is aware of the importance to have a level setup here, right? You see that? And I will show you the road, the condition of everybody here in this area. It seems to be an industrial site. Everybody in here is aware of the need for infrastructure. They're putting up fences. They're leveling the ground nice in their compound. And when you go outside on the road and see what the residents of the South Rumville Garden have to go through, then you get an understanding how these people are contemptuous. So you have big trucks coming in here, and you have considered what needs and you have as it relates to infrastructure in your compound. But in the process of bringing the material here, you damage the roads. You create havoc for the citizens of South Rumville Garden. And you have not taken any consideration into that. That is the next worry. As to how companies are allowed to come to Guyana, and again, we got to be looking at this carefully because companies, many more will be coming. Now we're at the stage where we have about 50, 60, maybe 100 big companies in Guyana. You will have hundreds of major companies vying for different jobs, bidding for different contracts coming together. And in their fight, it will be a fight between elephants. And we might be just like the hyenas being trampled on the ground. That is a worry for me. So in this edition of Special Report, I'm asking you to take serious consideration of what's going wrong around you. You could call the Guyanese Critic anytime on 622-7740. Let me hear what is your issue. If there's a big company coming into your community, I heard about a big trucking company. I'll be looking into that very soon. A big trucking company that is in a residential area. So you can't put a can. They had issues like this, and I'm doing the research on it. They had issues like this with a Barbadian company, a cement company, going into a certain area that will not be environmentally viable. One has to ask oneself, how did this individual get permission? And in addition to this individual being expelled and asked to leave this country, I think the persons who would have empowered him, for him to feel he could come, start bulldozing, he buy land. When you buy a piece of land and you're investing in Guyana, you're subject to the laws of Guyana. You don't just come and as a result of buying a piece of land in Guyana, you own a piece of Guyana and most of Guyanese. So as much as we would want investors, it is important to get investment. We the Guyanese people have to be looking out constantly for the investors who would have developed a certain attitude in weak countries, in other third world nations where they trampled on the people's rights, and now would want to come to mete out the same to us. Well, I must say, we are not going to have it. Guyana is not going to have it. Guyanese are not going to have it. I'm now going to take you and give you a view of the road. I'm asking the government of Guyana to look carefully into this matter. I've seen it in the news that a number of things are being put in place. The investors been given 7 days to leave the country. It is very important that our sovereignty is respected, Guyanese are respected, and we have a fair dealing as it relates to foreigners coming and doing business in Guyana, right? So let me show you. Let me show you what is going on the roads, right? So we're going to the roads and give you an idea of what. And again, you see, look at how hay is being set up. So the contractor or this investor is aware of the importance of developing his place, right? There's no structure covering that thing there, so obviously it's open air. It would affect that man's house over there, and it would affect the persons all the way, since it is inside, all the way back this area, right? So let me carry you and show you the roads of the South Rumville gardens and you will see what residents are facing. If you come in and you know the importance of infrastructure for you, what happened to the importance of infrastructure for us? Guyanese need to be treated fairly. Simple as that. Right? So let me go and show you the roads. The South Rumvelt residents, South Rumvelt Gardens as a matter of fact, got roads. The roads are being damaged. Yesterday they came out and had to block the roads. Now you got powerful company. Hey, we the poor people. We struggling. We got racial issues, we got political issues. We can't afford to have foreigners coming, trampling on our rights. You understand? We gotta get a fair share. Guyanese has to get a fair share. Simple as that. We ain't gonna discuss anything else. It's not open for discussion. Oh man, you come, you got millions to make, billions of dollars. A lot of times it's concessions they get in. You get the concessions. I lose my taxes. Oh, I got for walking motor. It is unfair. Right? Let me go and show you the roads condition. You got trucks, you got a heavy duty machine. And some people might think that here, when we finish, we gonna fix it. No. You make road now for heavy duty vehicle. You make the road now for the heavy duty vehicle. Me not wait for nothing, bruh. You had a plan. Me had a good plan. Me live a South Rumvelt garden. Me happy. Me got my little house. You understand? Me a pay my little mortgage. Watch what going on here. I know how Channel 2 and do nothing about that. And that's the worry with news agencies. They get a little business and they done this, tap tack. What you going on here? This is what the residents of South Rumvelt Garden got to go through. So this is the entrance to the industrial site. This is the entrance here. This is South Rumvelt Garden. This is Caneview Avenue and David Rose. I just see a vehicle here. You not going there. You not going there with your car for nobody. Well, watch at that. Watch at that. I depon it. So drive through there. Let me see where I go on. Drive through there. Let me see where I go on. Just make sure you're not stick. Watch. Drive in the hole there, man. I try to dodge the hole. Let me see where I go on. I hope you're not fast. Now, this is infrastructure that's been in place for years, right? And I think down